But it's like they say, what is the saying? Like people say, oh, it's all right for her. She, you know, she doesn't have any nerves. You know, she'll ride anything, or he'll ride anything. Doesn't know fear, but you can be sure that most people do. So confidence is often fear management rather than the absence of fear. And that's what I would say for most people who've ridden horses and had loads of spills, loads of falls. It's not that we don't have fears, but we manage our fears, and that's what everybody can do by visualisation, positive thinking, working within your own particular comfort zone. Hypnotherapy, as I say, or just, you know, having a horse that isn't above or beyond your ability helps an awful lot. So now we've got the school run. Let's see if we can do some sort of a trot. Trot on. Without ending up on the village green. Come on. Hello. Well, anyway, he's not, as I say, frightened of people, so that helps because they do tend to be all around. Come on. Oh, he's a good boy. Look at this. Come on then. We can do it. 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 Yes, we can. I wonder how many times Gabs had to go up and down there before he went past it. But boy. There. Well, that was very good. Thank you, Ronan. Hello. With a horse who's not frightened of a stick, which I'm glad to say he's not, sometimes it's advantageous. What I do with a horse like him who's not frightened of a stick is I often carry it up here. And again, you know, sticks have got, whoa, such a bad press. No, you are not going to pull the reins with my hands. He says, but I want to scratch my mouth. Well, that's alright. But, you know, you need to be not so severe. So I'm going to do a little vibrate on the reins. Yeah, it's gone backwards a step. It's fine. Right, I'm walking on. Yes, I have the stick up here. And the reason I'm saying that is because sticks have had such a bad press. Come on. Hello. Come on, we'll trot on. Trot on. And, I mean, people, naturally enough, and so are we, I mean, would be horrified to think that, you know, a horse is being punished with the whip. And so the whip has become synonymous with punishment. We hope to be able to show another side to the stick as like positive reinforcement, because it does such a wonderful job of that. So I hold the stick up like this because I can then tap down on his left side, or I can tap down on his right. So, whichever way his shoulder is moving, I can use it. At the drop of a hat, he's seen somebody kneeling down. How funny. boy. Says, well, it's not terribly alarming. We're going to keep going now. Let's see if we can trot past this car without actually stopping first. Hello. Oh, good boy. So yeah, he doesn't mind the stick, and he's only going to get more and more used to the stick with us, because we'll be using it in the most positive way. You should be able to wave it about like this for them not to care. And if they do, well, somebody's really hit them. So the horse is then frightened of the whip, and it doesn't know, to really beat a horse, they don't know why they're being beaten. It just ruins the trust. That's for a person who does it out of temper or fear. But you never get the horse by beating it. You never get the horse through cruelty. Only ever support, consistency, and giving clear commands. Horses are very black and white. Like, if he didn't want to go past this car, right, whoa here. Let's pretend he didn't want to go past this car, and I'm saying go past the car, but my reins are tight. So from his perspective, it's black and white. You're saying go past something I don't want to go past, but you're holding on to me, so I don't feel it's safe. So if I want him to go past the car and he's not wanting to go past, I have to put my hands forward while keeping some sort of control, so that he's got the freedom to go past, because then he thinks, he tells me to go past, not pulling on my mouth, I can see where I'm supposed to be going, and I'll go there. So horses like things to be simple. For many, many months you can't do more than one thing at once, because they're listening to one command, and then if they're having another one, it almost becomes like information overload. So I'm going to go down here. Come on. It's so funny. Horses are like men, really. They find it easier to focus on one thing at a time. They're not much good at multitasking. And a good example of that was yesterday, when our daughter Tara Marie reminded Eugene, hi, the eldest boy, man now really, to feed the dogs. So he was looking around and gathering up all the things he needed to feed the dogs. And while he was doing it, she asked him a question totally unrelated to that. Something to do with her work, that, she's at uni, and she had a question about that. And she'd already asked him that question. So it wasn't like the first time he'd heard it. And then there was sort of silence, and she repeated his name. She said, you listening? And he's saying, and he's saying, listen, he said, you've asked me to feed the dogs, so I'm feeding the dogs, and when I fed the dogs, you can, we'll go back to your question. He says, look, I can only do one thing at a time. And I thought, how typical, how true that was. Made me chuckle. And then Tara Marie looked at me and she said, but we can do more than one thing at a time, Mum, can't we? We do lots of things. We do this and do that and do them all together. So I said, yeah, but, that's not hardwired into men. And horses are largely the same, at least to begin with. So we want to make our cues and commands really quite clear, so that there's no grey areas or doubt or complication. It's either forward, at this level it's forward, stop, go. walk, trot, whatever else we're doing. So these are the basics, and we'll get these basics right. So the walk is coming now. He's really starting to walk out now. Boy. To make it really simple for him, so he's driven to try. Hello. And he will try, because that's his nature. It's a lovely nature. He's so quiet, and it won't take him a million years to get his confidence. And there's so much he's fine with, like people in all directions, sitting down, rushing around. Come on. And that's great, because some horses take a long time not to be worried about people that they see. Boy. Yeah, so eventually the horses can multitask, but we're going to keep it simple for Ronan. We're not going to have any multitasking. We're just going to make it very straightforward for him. And I like the way he's got his little nose pointing forward. He's got his head down nice and low. And the trot is like free, because he's not worried at this moment. I've only given him one ride. Amazing. Good boy. He says, well, I'm not fit. Can we walk? You can see that Ronan likes to take life easy. He's not going to be the speediest machine, but what he is going to be is a real confidence giver.